So welcome to Graz. I'm really glad to host you in the city of Graz. I'm the mayor of the city. No, just kidding, it's not true. So I'm Gianluca Vitale at AVL. I take care about virtual testing. It was important for me to host for 1 day, for 2 days, you, as this is a very important topic for the community. So Sarah, I said I was last time, I think it was in Ludwigsburg, and I think also I was in Potsdam or Berlin, I'm not sure. I really had the feeling that this is a community that has to grow, as we have a big challenge in front of us. Just introduce how complex I think is the topic we are addressing. I think I can use this clicker, right?
I would hope so.
So I was collecting some pictures that I've always seen on the SDV. When we try to describe SDV, there are always these kinds of framework pictures. You see these here. I have tried to make it confidential. There are in all flavors and diversity these pictures. And they try to describe the architecture we should try to develop of the software of the future. Now, there is one common thing in this picture, and this is that these pictures are all two-dimensional. And I was asking myself, is a two-dimensional representation, it's adequate for the complexity that we are addressing? Just by case yesterday, there was an event from the AVL Cultural Foundation, which was about the invisible. There was a physician from the CERN in Switzerland and a psychologist discussing about how difficult it is to visualize both physical phenomena and also psychological aspects. The message was that in complex systems, there is always a bias we put in what we observe. And indeed, these pictures that I was showing before, this is just one of the possible representations we can do outside of the SDV. The message was also that collaboration is the key to avoid the bias. So if we want to tackle complexity, we have to collaborate. Because as it happens in psychology, you believe about yourself, you are wrong or right, but when you confront yourself with the psychologists, you learn, you have a mirror, you learn who you are. And the same is in the science. When you have an hypothesis about how dark matter could be described in the universe, it's better you verify these hypotheses with experiments and your colleagues. That's why collaboration is important. And I think that the visual data using for this event, it's a more adequate way to describe how complex is the topic that we are addressing. If we consider not only the software stack, but also the tools attached to it, the complexity of the organizations and the complexity of the ecosystem, most probably this is the right picture to describe all what in this room is intended to be addressed. As a surprise, therefore, tomorrow there will be bridging the science with the heart has been always something that the AVL Cultural Foundation was interested in. And therefore, tomorrow there will be an art installation, Symphony of Encounters. It's basically an instrumental, it's a music instrument that generates music by collaboration. So it's a basic, when you will move into the room, more of you, you will see that music will become alive. It's a powerful message that complex things comes from collaboration. And I think the bridge to the open source is perfect. I will not spoil anything more about that. Tomorrow you will have the possibility and the chance to visit this art installation. This installation is from the artist Rupert Huber. He's a componist. And I think the sentence he has here quite fit to the event we have, that it makes the difference that you are here, and open source is about the personal contribution. So Sarah, I give the stage to you.
Wonderful introduction, thank you. Okay. Well, I would say that's a fantastic introduction and a great way of putting things. So it makes a difference that you are here, and I am really happy to welcome you here, and I want to thank our wonderful host for having us. And you will also see tomorrow the exposition we walked by. It's really fun. So maybe we should reserve like half an hour to play with the exhibition, but let's see. So well, first of all, again, thanks for being here. I just want to start by quickly recapping what happened since we last met. Well, what happened since we last met at Eclipse, that was in October 2023. And we, in the meanwhile, have been seeing most of you also at the hackathon. So we had our first hackathon in November that was hosted by Accenture in Munich. It was a fantastic experience. We want to do it again this year, and we are right now deciding on where do we do our next hackathon. So we are going to be reaching out to you quite soon with ideas for new challenges and how do you want to contribute to that. We have had quite a large number of new members joining us, so I'm really happy to see that the momentum around the SDV working group is continuing. First of all, welcome to our new strategic member, Herman, and I see already a couple of them here today. We have 3 new supporting members, Lunatech, Amazon, and FEV.io. So we're very happy. And last but not least, and maybe even more important, is that 4 of our members upgraded to participants. And what it means for us is that Iteration, ATAS, Raycom, and Valeo, they see the value of being a member of this working group. So this is for us really a positive feedback that tells us that what we are building really has value. So new projects, and you will see some presentation later. ThreadX, Eclipse Symphony, they are now part of under the umbrella of the SDV working group, really exciting. New blueprints, the companion application blueprint, insurance and data exchange blueprint. You will see both a presentation today and also a workshop tomorrow, so super exciting. And as well as the new activity around the communication protocols. So if you haven't already, check out the technical activities around U protocol in general communication protocols. This is really getting a lot of momentum, and I ask you all to participate. So, and of course, the SDV Alliance kicked off. We're going to have a presentation not only about the Alliance, but also about all of the cross-organizational activities that the working group is carrying over. As I said, new members, we are growing, and we are extremely thrilled about it. So, but what about this community day? So, as we continue to have these events, we would like to have a theme for every one of these events. And I see the theme around this one to be really cross-project and organization collaboration. And this is extremely excited. And this is really all about collaborating and interfacing projects. Eclipse OpenDUT is a great example of different organizations working together on one project, starting a project together. Then we have, of course, the blueprints that are indeed a collaboration sub-project. We have the software orchestration and metadata. There will be a presentation and a workshop tomorrow as well. The Eclipse blueprint on data space and insurance, same for those. And of course, what you can expect is to take the time to network, mingle with each other, take the time to experience hands-on what's the SDV process. So how do you configure your files? So please do participate, bring your ideas, and help us to be able to support you. Blueprints, as I said, and of course, with the Eclipse Foundation staff outside of the SDV working group, because it's great, your engagement with us is fantastic, but there's more to it. And we as Foundation, we have more things to share with you. So in fact, there will be the program manager of data spaces, Javier. I have not seen you, but, oh, here. Yeah, there is Javier. Make sure you talk to him. And also the security team, Thomas Neidhart is also here, should be here. But yeah, so take the time to talk to us. That's also a great opportunity for us to have feedback and to show you what we can provide you and how can we better serve you. So really quickly about the agenda. It's very small, but we're gonna have 1 hour, 45 minutes of presentations. After I finish with this, then there's gonna be a coffee break. and there's going to be, again, presentations. We are going to hold on-site a meet and greet reception, so there will be drinks, so stay. And, and then I was too fast. One back? Okay, great. Yeah, and then tomorrow we are going to have registration and coffee starting from 8. We start, however, at 9. There are going to be 2 tracks around the open collaboration. So we are going to be in another building upstairs. There will be 2 rooms. So you can choose what track you want to follow up on. So there's going to be the insurance blueprint, hands-on workshop, and in the first part of the morning, everything around orchestration, software orchestration scenarios, and how can you embed metadata as well. So that's one option to choose. Then a coffee break. Then the first track is going to continue. They have a very full program. And the second track is going to be all about process. So make sure you choose wisely and decide what you like most. And then we are going to ask the participant of the different tracks to just give the other a small wrap-up of their activities. And then we're going to have lunch. And finally, some presentations in the afternoon as well. So the idea is to close the event rather early, 2:33, I mean actually 3:30, so that you all have the time to maybe travel home. And for those of us that are following online, this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon are going to be broadcasted, and you can ask questions via Slido with this link. Great. I know I like to think about the future already, which is when are we gonna next meet? So I'm gonna quickly go through it. The upcoming event that we are organizing is targeted toward executive decision maker. We want to talk about organizational topics and so on. And this is planned for May on Stambergersee. So ask your manager to join or join yourself. And then another thing is we are already looking forward to organize our upcoming community day, which is going to take place in June, so mark your calendar. And we are currently looking for core themes. We have identified so far Rust as a programming language, which is basically taking the automotive industry by storm. Everyone that has tried Rust thinks that C doesn't make any sense anymore. So we want to have a deeper talk about it, and particularly about the relationship of Rust with safety relevant applications. So stay tuned. If you want to contribute to it, let us know. We want to talk about tool chains because yes, Rust is a programming language, but your whole development needs to be supported by tools. So that's another core topic for the upcoming community day. And Eclipse ThreadX, last but not least, is a certified RTOS that's just now became part of the Eclipse lineup. This year we are not going to have an EclipseCon like last year, but we are going to have something much better, and we are going to hold the Open Code for Automotive, which is a overarching conference that has a number of sub-events, and Automotive has its own sub-event, which is fantastic. So this time, this is going to be a really curated conference. It's going to be 3 days of conference with topics around automotive mobility, of course, SDV, but not only. So I'm really glad that we are right now deciding who's in the program committee, and we have our program chair. I'm extremely excited about it, and proposals will open starting 15th of April. And I think that's it. Yeah, so again, thank you all for being here, and I wish you all a great event, and I really ask you, please take the time, particularly the people that are here in person, take the time to talk to your peers. What we want to build is really a community, and so this is what we inspire to be, what we are inspired to be, and what we hope that we will build. So thank you all for being here, and enjoy the event.